Hello, Myma here, and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be saying a poem that I wrote, because I like the poem fairly enough. So I'm Myma, and this is this is not awkward. This is poetry. I won't listen. I won't listen to the voices in my head. I'm drowning them out with my happiness. The voices in my mind are judgmental, but they say that they're blind. They make me do things I don't want to do. I want to look away, but I can't get them out of my brain. It's like a storm in this rain. My dark thoughts are taking over. I can't stop. It's like they hold me. They won't let me go. The voices, they hold a strong contempt for me. It's hard to write this. They kept buzzing around. I couldn't concentrate. The noise, the sounds. I won't listen. I won't listen anymore to the voices telling me things, bad things. I'm going crazy, crazier than the world right now. We all know how it's turning out. I'm trying not to listen. I'm trying to keep the void. When there's a void, there's no voice. They scream at me. It's anarchy in my brain, fighting my brain for power over me. Okay, so that one was fine, wasn't it? Wait. Let me do this other one that I wrote. Watching. The moss stares at me. Green, disgusting, scary. I stare back, unflinching, unyielding, brave. I can't stop staring. It still stares back. I watch, it seems to say. I'm always watching, always waiting, always here. It seems to ask me, why are you here? I don't know how to respond. My reasons are all gone. I had my reasons to stay. One by one they all fade away. The fog thickens, hiding the moss from me, but it still sees me, and still watching. The sun slowly disappears, flickering, leaving me alone with the moss. I want to shrink back. I step forward, watching. The moss watches back. So, this is just so great, isn't it? I want to do a longer poem. The Raven. How do you spell? I'll tell you spell. Edgar. Can I talk? No, I cannot. Let's go. I'm Myma, and this is poetry. Once upon a midnight jury, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, there suddenly came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. 'Tis some visitor, I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. Only this and nothing more. Distinctly I remember it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I'd sought to borrow from my books a crease of sorrow for the lost one. For the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here for evermore. And the silken, sad and certain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before, so that now to still the beating of my heart I stood repeating, 'tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door, some like visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door. This it is, nothing more. Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. Sir, said I, oh madam, truly your forgiveness I implore, but the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. Here I opened wide the door. Darkness there, nothing more. Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word thus spoken was the whispered word Lenore. This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word Lenore. Merriness and nothing more. Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning, soon again I heard a tapping somewhat louder than before. Surely, said I, surely that is something at my winter ladders. Let me see then what thereat is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still moments, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind and nothing more. Open here I flung the shutter, when with many a flirt and flutter, in the scepter stately raven from the saintly days of yore, not the least obeisance made he, not a minute stopped or stayed he, but with the mine a lord or lady perched above my chamber door, perched above a busted palace just above my chamber door, perched and sat, and nothing more. Then this ebony bird beguiling my sad fancy into smiling by the grave and stern decorum of the continent at war. Thou like crispy, short and shaven, thou I set out sure no craven, ghastly, grim and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore, tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Manly, much I marvelled this ungainly foul to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevancy bore. For we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above its chamber door, bird or beast upon the sculptured bust above its chamber door, with such names nevermore. But the raven sitting lonely on the placid bust spake only that one word, as if his soul in that one word did he outpour. Nothing further than he uttered, not a feather that he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, other friends have flown before, on the morrow he will leave me as my hopes have flown before. Then the bird said, nevermore. Startled at the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken, doubtless, said I, what it utters is only stock and store, caught in some unhappy master, whom unmerciful disaster followed faster, till his song one burden bore, till the dirges of his hope that melancholy burden bore. Nevermore. But the bird still beguiling on my fancy into smiling, straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of bird and bust and door. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy under fancy, thinking what this ominous bird of yore meant, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore meant, and croaking nevermore. This I sat engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing to the fowl whose fiery eyes and abandoned to my bosom's core. This and more I sat dividing, with my head at ease reclining on the cushion's velvet lining, that lamplight gloated o'er, but whose violet lining with the lamplight gloating o'er, she shall thrust sun nevermore. Then methought the agri-denser perfumed by an unseen censer, swung by seraphim, whose footfalls tinkled on the tufted floor. Wretch, I cried, by God hath lent these, by these angels he hath sent thee, quaff will quaff this kind of pent and forget this loss. Lenore, quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, a bird, a devil, whether tempest set or whether tempest toss thee here ashore, desolate yet all undaunted, and this desert land enchanted. On this home by horror haunted, tell me truly, I implore, is there balm in Gilead? Tell me, I implore, quoth the raven. Nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, a bird, a devil, by the heaven, the bins above us, by the God we both adore, tell the sorrow laden, if within the distant Aden is a saint maiden whom the angels name Lenore. Clasp a rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. By that's what a son and parting bird, a fiend, I shrieked up starting, get thee back into the tempest and the night's plutonian shore. Leave no black plume as a token of that lie thy soul hath broken. Leave my loneliness unbroken. Quit the bust above my door. Take thy beat from out my heart, and take thy form from off my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore. And the raven never flitting, still is sitting on the pallid busset palace just above my chamber door, and his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming, and the soul from out the shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore. So, I have a really bad stutter, and I know I probably stuttered 5 times during that. I know it was terrible. I know I talked way too fast the whole time, and I know I pronounced every single word wrong, but can we pretend I didn't? Can we? Okay, thank you. Okay, and in my next video, I'm going to rant about how much I hate France.